Hi Tubies, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought since I'm planting moss and sedum that I'd show you guys how I do it. I know a lot of people have questions about it or think it's really hard to do. Actually, it's super easy, and a little thing like this goes a long way because it spreads really quick. So welcome back if you're a subscribed member. If not, please consider subscribing. Okay, let's get started. So as you see, I have the Irish moss, and that's the Irish moss. You could do different colors, so I'm doing like a pattern. So it'll be the dark, the light, the dark, and then the light and dark. That's how I'm doing it. So we're gonna do the mosses and we're gonna do the sedum. So work your soil so it's loose. And you don't want any, I'm pulling up the fabric that I had here because I had wood chips here. Sorry, couldn't think what I was. It's been a long day in the garden. So as you see, I have sedum there, over there. And you just kind of pluck it in the ground. You don't need, you can even go as far as to just take, you don't even have to have the roots. So if I wanted to, I could clip this off and see. Okay, there's no roots on there. Just stick it in the soil and pack it in a little bit. And the part with the roots, I could stick that in the soil somewhere and it'll regrow. It's that simple. And with the moss, that's, you pretty much, I've tried to do that with moss, but you can't. You really need the roots for moss. So I'll show you that also. But I just like to work my ground, get it nice and thinned out. And you want to keep it a little moist when you first plant it so it gets established. Very simple. And you can plug it in anywhere, and I'll show you that. So, get rid of the rock. And so, like say, like this here, I was tired of looking at rock up there because I have too much rock in this yard, I swear. So, I just kind of loosen the dirt. Okay, and then I take a sprig of it and I just stick it in there. And it'll grow and grow and fill this whole area in. So will that. So you only need one little piece. If you're willing to be patient and let it do its thing, it'll grow up in between the cracks and everything, which is really nice. If you hear all that clamoring, it's the birds. They're right over there eating. She doesn't care where I'm at. She doesn't bother me and I don't bother her.
I'm working with hard soil here, it's mostly clay, but I've added peat into it over time, and
if you just keep working your soil, you don't have to overthink it. Especially with ground covers. They don't really go very deep. So, and they're good for covering areas, you know, because this is a walkthrough, and I didn't want nothing real high, but I wanted some greenery in here because I got too much rock going on. I never thought I'd say that, but so this is one of my stepping stones here, and I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so we're going to put some sauce right here, and I'm going to dig a hole because you'll see the root base is pretty big on it. This is like, I never use a shovel anymore. I've used this for like, I don't know, 18 years. I love this thing. It's my favorite tool. Alright, so we're going to go with the light green here, because we did the dark green. And I just pull the roots out a little wee bit. That looks good. And I just kind of sift the soil and around. And you'll see as I do videos, you'll be able to see the progress of these. And my dog runs through here, Lily, all the time. She won't hurt it, which is a good thing. And I'm always in my bare feet, so it's so soft to walk on too. So, and that's that. I just make sure it's all above the soil. And then you water them. So then I'm going to take some sedum and put over here, because I'm kind of going along this wall with that, because I want this to fill in there. And then down in these cracks, see, I was going to fix this paver, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to utilize it, that crack. So I'm going to stick some soil down in there, and then I'm going to take some sedum and put it in there. So just like that. You could also like put some moss down in there, you know, the moss that grows on rocks. Do that too, but I like stuff growing from cracks. I don't know what it is, it just looks so cool. The age of it, I guess, is what I like about it. So then when you got a really tiny crack, I just take my screwdriver, make a hole, and stick it down in there. Really gently. A little soil. And there you have it. And by the end of summer, it should start growing pretty good out of there. Never look at like cracks in your sidewalk or concrete as a bad thing. If you can utilize it to put sedum in or moss, it just gives it such a pretty look. Okay, my neighbor actually gave me some of hers, because I had different kind in my yard, but it's always nice to have different kinds of sedum all through your yard. And a little dab will do ya. And before you know it, it'll grow in. Okay, so over here, I'm going to put in petunia. Give it a little color through here. I just pinched the bottom. And I don't overthink soil. If it grows, it grows. If it don't, it don't. I'm an old school gardener. I don't overthink stuff. Some things you plant and they die, or some things you plant and they look pretty and then they don't come up the next year. I figure, well, it just wasn't meant to be. It's intended to be there, nature wants it there, it'll come back. So, and then moving along here. I'm gonna stick some sedum up in here. I like everything in patches. So this is a different color sedum. I don't know all the names for them, but it's a different color, so I'll like put a patch of that color there. So we're gonna do like a checkerboard, well, like a checkerboard would be. And that is how you plant Irish moss and sedum. And now we're gonna do creeping Jenny. And this will come down real nice, and we're bringing in a waterfall over here at one point, and it'll look really pretty, and it'll love the water from the waterfall. Loosen up the roots a little bit. I'll put that there just so I remember, because this is the first time I've planted creeping Jenny, but I heard it likes water, and I was pretty excited. Make sure you water everything when you're done. We'll put one of these right here. And remember, if you don't like them where you plant them, you can always just pluck them right out and put them in somewhere else. No big deal. That is how you plant Irish moss and sedum. Creeping Jenny, we planted sedum, stick it in cracks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's totally free. You'll get all kind of updates when I do a video, and join me on this journey. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.